What is up, guys? Chris, your professional dad, and I am back with another knife video. All right, so if you've been watching my channel, and you know that for the last couple of days I've been putting out a few videos about specific brands and then showing all of the models that I have in those brands. I started with Civivi and then went to Kaiser, and today I'm going to show you a different brand. But before I do, I want to address those other two brands. Civivi is like what I said was basically almost like an umbrella type brand because everybody fits under Civivi. With Civivi, and Shilling Cutter, they have every budget covered, from the extreme low budget to the extreme high level premium knives. All are covered between Shilling Cutter, Civivi, and every material you want, every style of blade that you want, whatever, they have it covered. So if you're looking for a knife, it doesn't matter who you are or what you're looking for, you could probably find something in that line that you like, or at least something that fits a lot of the requirements that you're looking for from a knife. Now, Kaiser, they have a massive amount of models as well. Maybe not as many as the other three, Civivi, and Shilling Cutter, but they do still have a lot of models. But here's the thing. Kaiser does a lot and still keeps it in those budget prices. They'll give you 154. They dabble with a little bit of titanium in their stuff. They do a lot of aluminum. Kaiser has some really good stuff. They got a lot of pizzazz to their knives. They've got their own flair. There's just something about Kaiser. I really like Kaiser, and like I've said, that's my favorite brand when you're talking mid-tier. Up there at the premium, it's obviously ProTech and Spyderco, but in that mid-tier, it is Kaiser. But this brand that I'm about to show you right now owns the lane that they're in. This is a brand that takes a lot of chances. They make knives with every locking style, every blade style, different handle materials, different blade materials. They do a lot. Now, here's the thing. They don't have a lot of misses. When this brand puts a knife out, it's usually going to be a banger. Here's another thing. I was looking at all their knives. It is hard to find a knife that this company puts out that is not an excellent EDC option. You know, there's knives that other companies put out that, you know, they're great knives. You want them, you want to collect them. They look cool, they are cool, but they might not be the best EDC options. This company, every knife this brand puts out is a great EDC option. In fact, and this is just my opinion, and you might disagree. In fact, in my opinion, they have the best fixed blade and folder EDC options under $100. One brand has both fixed blade and folder. Now, if you're talking uber high level, you're talking Bradford Guardian, TKL, custom fixed blades. The world is your oyster when you're spending that much money. Folders, you're talking Sabenza, Unazon, Chavez, ProTech, Spyderco, on and on and on. You can get whatever you want. But under $100, yes, there's a lot of brands, there's a lot of models, and you can find a lot of models that are good for EDC. But in my opinion, this brand has both of them under $100, fixed blade and folder, and we'll get to them. And first, we're going to start off with that fixed blade, and it is the Vosteed Mink. In my opinion, this is the absolute best fixed blade for EDC on the market, under $100. And if you have a Mink, you probably know what I'm talking about. This knife is absolutely fantastic. Now, it does come with the Kydex sheath, has excellent retention, holds it well. It comes with the T-clip. I carry mine cross draw. You can also do reverse draw behind the back. I don't like that for a few different reasons. Maybe one day I'll explain why. But I do cross draw across the appendix. But you can also do vertical draw, you know, straight up and down. But this knife has micarta handles that are textured. It has a good 4-finger grip. It has excellent jimping on the spine. It has a trailing point blade. You can also get this in sheep's foot and different things like that. This knife is fantastic. Now, I've done videos on this knife before. Maybe I'll do one again. This isn't the video where I'm going to go into all the specs on this knife and what makes this knife so daggone good. I'm just showing you the knife and telling you my opinion about it. And in my opinion, this is the best EDC fixed blade on the market under $100. Excellent for slicing, excellent piercing tip for, you know, stabbing, cutting, slicing, whatever you want to do. Feels good in the hand. Awesome knife. In fact, you know, and this is the 6th time I'm filming this video today. No lie, literally 6th time. Almost like the universe is telling me, don't do a video today, but I'm going to do it again. And this is the last time I'm trying to, I'll tell you that. In fact, I've got this right here. I've showed this before. This is a Death Valley Forge Custom. This is a $500 knife, brand new. Now, they don't make this knife anymore, this model, the Jackal. Death Valley Forge don't, but they have a lot of other knives, and this is an excellent EDC option. It's a great knife, and I've carried this so daggone much. And I'm going to tell you right now, this is a $500 knife. Not anymore because it's used and stuff, but brand new it was. This knife costs about $90, and I will all day long, if I'm just going for EDC, all day long, I'm taking this knife. No question. Now, if I'm wanting to, you know, kind of just have a nice knife on me for a little flair, you know, I don't really need an EDC option because I got a folder and I just want a nice fixed blade on me. I'm going to carry that. Yeah, it comes with a beautiful leather sheath. It's got some clout to it and stuff like that. But if I'm just needing a knife to use for EDC, it's this one. Trust me. And I've got Kaisers. I told y'all yesterday, all those Kaiser fixed blades that I've got that I absolutely love, and I love Kaiser fixed blades. I've got a ton of them. This is the only fixed blade I've got from Vosteed. I've got a lot of fixed blades from Kaiser. Well, not a lot, but I've got several. No matter how much I like them, they can't compare to this. Now let's get into folders. And like I said, everything that they make, or at least everything I've got, is a banger for EDC. And the first one is the Thornton. This is a fantastic knife. This has black and blue G10 handles. It has a deep carry pocket clip. Screws are inset into the handle. It is not reversible. It's right hand only, tip up. Has a nice G10 spacer there. It has excellent jimping on the top. It's not very aggressive, but it's aggressive enough. It's not micro, it's aggressive enough. Has dual thumb studs. It has a button lock. Has steel liners. This dual thumb studs, so that's one opening deployment. You have a button lock. That's another way to open it, very fidgety. Or you have a front flipper. But the big thing is it always comes down, no matter how good the handle material is, no matter what type of lock it has, no matter how fidgety it is, how comfortable or good it feels in the hand, it always comes down to the blade. Because the blade is what does the cutting. And that's why you carry a knife, is to cut stuff. And you can't cut stuff with a cucumber. Pickle steel. Somebody mentioned that today, and it was actually funny the way they said it. You know who you are. But there you go. That is awesome. Look at that blade shape. That is an awesome swedge right there. Flat grind, great belly, a lot of cutting edge, sharp piercing tip with that sheep's foot. I mean, this is one finger choil, so you've got a spot to index your grip. Good jimping right there. Excellent, excellent knife. This is a fantastic knife for EDC. I mean, all the way around. It's a great size for me. Great action. The only downfall that I would say to this is that it's a front flipper. And I'm not a massive front flip fan. I just ain't, because I struggle with them a lot. I've really got to flip my wrist really hard. And sometimes my hands just ain't cooperating and I can't do it. Like, I almost have to sling it out of my hand sometimes to get it to open. Now, I'm doing it right now really good, but a while ago I couldn't do it to save my life. I was struggling really hard, but now I can do it. Go figure. But front flippers are not I have a lot of front flippers, and I'll take them because I want every knife there is ever been made. Thank you very much. I want them all, including front flippers, including knives that don't have a flipper at all. If it's just a blade with no handle, I still want it. I don't care. I want every knife made. But I'm not a big front flipper fan. That's the only thing that I think is a downfall to this knife. And that's not even a downfall, because a lot of people like front flippers. Fidgety, great blade shape, great size, 14C. Now you'll notice that Vosteed does a lot in 14C and Nitro V, a lot. Now they do offer other options, but they do a lot in Nitro V and 14C, a lot. But those are two great blade steels, especially at that price range. You pay for what you get. You pay a little more, you're going to get a little more. You're going to get your S30s and S35s and S45s and your L Maxes and stuff like that and 154 when you pay a little bit more money. But the price range that these are coming in at, it's hard to beat 14C and Nitro V for the blade steels. At the price these are coming in at, that is a great knife. The next knife is a knife that I see as an executive or gentleman's knife. That's what I see this knife as. But I'm going to tell you about this knife because this knife is deceptive, and I'm going to show you what I mean. And it is the Corgi. Look at that. Straight lines, not a lot here, doesn't look like much. This is one of the most deceptive knives you will ever see. And don't worry, I'll explain. Don't worry. Micarta handles or scales, brass inserts around the pivot, deep carry pocket clip, screws inset into the handle, and it's reversible. Thick steel liners, micarta spacer right there. It does have some weight to it, let me tell you. This is what I mean by deceptive. This looks like just a normal little pocket knife. It doesn't look like very much. When I got it, I didn't think very much of this knife. In fact, I didn't know a lot about this knife when I first got it. I bought it at a pawn shop and I paid next to nothing for it. I got a really good deal, brand new condition. And I love this knife now, but I didn't know anything about it. I just knew it was a Vosteed and I liked Vosteed and I knew it was a knife and I wanted it every knife I could get. So I took it. But here's what I mean. When you look at this knife, it looks just like a knife. Normal knife, maybe just a pocket knife, almost like a slip joint. But here you go. Let me show you. One opening opening style or whatever action with the regular flipper. You also have a front flipper. You also have a button lock. So you've got fidget factor. You've got reversible pocket clip. You also have a blade shape that is fantastic. Look at that swedge. This is a spear point. Now they're going to call it a drop point, but this looks like a spear point. Very sharp piercing tip. A lot of belly with a lot of cutting edge. Very flat grind, so it's going to be really good and slicey. You're going to be able to get good grip, good cuts. Flat lines, so it's going to be a universally appealing handle. Doesn't have finger choils, so it's not going to tell you how to hold it. It's going to let you hold it however it feels comfortable with you. It's going to be more appealing to more people. Micarta, all of that in that. You don't realize when you look at this knife, it looks like a very simple little slip joint, but you get so much. 3 different opening styles, reverse pocket clip, a 14C 28M blade that has an excellent blade shape, an excellent edge to it, a lot of cutting edge, a good tip, a piercing tip. I mean, there is so much going on here that you don't see just at first impressions. Now you also can get the Corgi Pup, which is a smaller fifth pocket carry version, I mean. But look at that, 14C. There is a lot going on there in that knife. This is a really, really good knife. Really good knife. When I was in sales and I wore suits all the time, I had expensive pants, expensive suits. I wouldn't have wanted to use anything in them suckers that would have been a pocket shredder. Not at all. Plus, in that type of environment situation, you can't go in and jerk out a big massive blade and scare everybody in a meeting, or even if you're just trying to cut an envelope open or a package or something like that, you don't want to jerk out some big tactical, folder or something like that, a big cold steel, freak people out. This would have been a perfect option. Perfect. I would have loved this knife right here, and I would have carried this all the time. This is a great option for people in those situations. Awesome knife. This knife is another one that's a fantastic knife. When I first got this knife, I was like, I like that knife because it's a knife, but it's too small for me. I'm never going to carry it. Oh, how wrong I was. And it is the Acorn. This is a knife that I've learned a lesson on. Let me tell you, this is a knife that has taught me a huge lesson. Now, first off, let's look at these blue micarta scales. Look at those, how beautiful that mic card is. That is gorgeous, that blue denim look right there. Deep carry pocket clip, screws inset into the handle, and it is reversible, of course. Steel liners with a liner lock. Now, this is also 14C 28M blade steel. Like I said, they do a lot in 14C. Now, when I got this knife, I was like, you know what? That's a small knife for me. I like bigger knives. That's just too small. I mean, it's a 3-finger grip. I'm going to use that like a 5th pocket carry. Honestly, it's too big to be a 5th pocket carry, but it's too small for me to consider a full-time, normal, everyday user or carrier. It's right in the middle. Too big for 5th pocket carry, too small for my normal, everyday carry. So it hovers in the middle. But then I actually carried it one day, and I was blown away. Because, yes, it's a 3-finger grip right there, but honestly, we don't ever carry it like that. We always choke up on that finger choil on the blade. Now it's a 4-finger grip. Also, look at this. That jimping is so aggressive, you don't even have to feel it to know how aggressive it is. You can see how aggressive it is just looking at it. Look at that. You can see how aggressive that is. That's super aggressive jimping, just like I like it. Look at that blade shape. That is one of the best blade shapes for EDC. Oh my gosh, that's a good blade shape. Great belly, a lot of cutting edge, very sharp tip, a good thick spine, so you've got some strength here so you can do some good power cuts. You're not worried about snapping your blade in half, different things like that, stabbing, slicing, whatever, food prep, anything. This is an excellent EDC blade right here. Excellent EDC blade. Now, it does have 2 ways of opening it. It's got the thumb hole, boom, or you can do the Spidey flick. I can't do it. I'm telling you guys, I'm still, oh, but it was already open. It was already open. I just can't do it. I almost had it down with the knife that day with that Sage 5, and I've lost it. Now I can't do it at all again. I got to keep working, and I'll get it. But the main thing is it's a front flipper. And there's a lot of real estate there for you to get a hold of to front flip. So it is one of the easier front flippers on the table. Because there's so much real estate and that jimping is so aggressive, it really gives you some good traction and good real estate to get a hold of to flip. So it's a front flipper, also has the thumb hole. Now there's no back flipper, there's no thumb studs, just a hole, but it's got great action, great action. This is a fantastic knife. For EDC, if you have normal size hands and not my giant paws, this will be a perfect knife for you to carry for EDC. I'm telling you, this knife is crazy how good this is. This knife has won me over. It's shown me that a knife does not have to be as big as I like them to be good enough to do me just fine for an EDC carry. I've carried this a couple times and been just fine. I've been like, that works. I can live with that. Not all the time, because I still like a bigger knife and I just want the feel of the bigger knife in my pocket. I want the weight in my hand. But this will suffice and do just fine. The Acorn. This is the sleeper on the table right here. They're all sleepers, but this is the sleeper on the table. This is insanely good. This is the Vosteed Taris. Now again, you're going to see a thing here. Blue, 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 more blue here in a minute. I like blue. You guys know that. I like blue. So forgive me. Another one with blue denim micarta. Almost a deep carry pocket clip screws inset, and it is reversible. Good thick liners, very thick liners, so it's got some weight to it. And it is a crossbar lock, and every single time it bites me in my palm. Every time. You've got to be careful. This is one that if you ain't careful, it'll bite you every time. It gets me right there every time. I have bled on this one on screen a few times because that tip right there is so sharp. And when it falls down so fast, it will catch my finger or my hand right there and just whoosh, get me. But anyways, all right, so it's a crossbar lock. It has a thumb disc instead of a thumb stud. Now that's not just great for opening, but it also gives you a platform to rest your thumb on. So it's actually comfortable for the grip. It has a finger choil right here. This is a 3-finger grip when I hold it right there. Or if I choke up, it is now a 4-finger grip. And honestly, like I said a while ago, if you have a finger choil on the blade, you're usually going to choke up like that. That's the way you're going to end up holding the knife almost 90% of the time. Look at that blade. Look at the swedges on top. Look at the grind work. That flat grind. Oh my gosh, that very sharp. I mean, this tip is so sharp. Like I said, it's bit me. There you go. Now you can see it. It bites me all the time. Every time it bites me like that. I do a video with this knife. It bites me. Because of how sharp that is. Very good action. I mean, excellent action. Thumb disc. Crossbar lock. I'll get it open in a second. Don't get me wrong. Just a fidgety knife. It's got weight to it though. I like that a lot. It's not a light knife. Even though it's a smaller knife and it might look that way, those liners are so thick, there's some weight here. I bet this is 3.5 ounces. Look at that blade shape. I mean, this knife is the sleeper on the table. When it comes to EDC, that is an awesome knife. I like all these knives, and I'm about to start showing you the big boys right here. Not large, they're the good ones. But this one right here is the one that I would think, honestly, this is almost as good as anything on the table. It really is. I've carried this a few times, and it's just such a good knife. It really, really is. And man, is it slicey. Well, it's definitely slicey. Very, very sharp and slicey. Another one in 14C 28M blade steel. 14C, I don't know if you can see that right there. 14C. Almost all these are in 14C, except for what we're about to get into. This knife you're going to like a lot. Now this comes in 2 different versions, the full size and the mini. I had the mini, I want the full size. I've had the full size in the cart many, many times, but I always end up putting it out of the cart since I've already got the mini. I'm like, do I want to get the full size, or do I want to just be happy with the mini and buy a different knife, buy a different model? Because I don't have that model, any versions of that model. And I usually buy the version I don't have any versions of, or buy the model, I should say, that I don't have any versions of. But I need the full size, and it is the Nightshade. Because probably the best all-around EDC blade shape, in my opinion, is the Leaf. It's just such a good shape. Such a good shape. That is so good for being slicey. Here's the thing. This is carbon fiber. Look at that orange thumb studs and that orange spacer right there. That's an aluminum spacer right there. Oh yeah. Crossbar lock. Boom. Very fidgety action. Amazing action. I mean, this thing jumps into position. And S35 VN blade. S35. This is an amazing knife. B's Blades, I watched him, and he was talking about on one of his lives that I seen one night. He said that he thought the Nightshade was the best EDC knife that he had, or that he had seen. And I can agree that that is a really good one just by the mini. And I don't own, I've held and used the full size, but I only own the mini. And I'm going to tell you right now, as good as the mini is, the full size is way, way better. But a lot of people don't want the full size. It'll be too big for them. This is the knife that's going to be good for the average person. This is going to be big enough for the average person, and you're going to like it. If you like Bug Out and Deca and those other knives that are really super light, this is up your alley. This is a very, very super lightweight knife, very small, low profile, very slim handles, carbon fiber, and S35VN. Very small knife, almost a 5th pocket carry for me, but again, just a little too big for that. But what a great knife. This next knife, man, this sucker is good. I heard about this knife so many times. So many times I heard about this knife again and again and again and again and again. Finally, I got it, and I understand why I heard about this knife again and again and again and again and again. Because it deserves to be heard about again and again and again and again and again. As a matter of fact, I keep telling people about this knife again and again and again and again and again. And I'm going to stop saying again and again and again and again and again right now. All right, so anyways, the Shilling Cutter. Another one with the leaf style blade. Vosteed makes some really good knives with the leaf style blade. This is a fantastic knife. Micarta handles, not a deep carry pocket clip, but it's close. Inset handles. It's not reverse pocket clip. It's only right carry, tip up only. It has dual thumb studs, and it has extremely aggressive jimping. Just like the Acorn, very aggressive jimping. Now, it is a 3-finger grip right there, unless I choke up right there, and now it's a 4-finger grip. With the left hand, that pocket clip right there, that edge, it sticks up, so it's a little bit of a hot spot digging into my knuckle. But if I hold it in the right hand, which is where it's supposed to be held because it's in the right hand position, then there's no hot spot at all. Very good blade, very slicey. And this has the, what is this called again? Hold on. This is, it's on the tip of my tongue what this, it's on the tip of my tongue. Hold on. Now, this thing has 154 cm blade steel. Hold on. What? Shilling Cutter. Yeah, that's how you spell it. Hold on, guys. I apologize. There we go. Shilling Cutter. Let me see. It is the Vancore lock. I'm sorry, that took way too much time. I knew it was started with the V, Van. I couldn't remember what it was. The Vancore lock. It is a pivot button lock. It's a button lock that's in the pivot. It's just a unique blades or locking mechanism, kind of like a button lock, but it is a pivot lock. Now you have a flipper right here. Boom. You have the Vancore pivot lock. So you got that for fidget factor, and you have a front flipper, boom, and you have dual thumb studs. You've got 4 different opening options here. 1, 2, 3, 4, all in this. Good pocket clip, it's not reversible, micarta handles, and 154 cm leaf style blade. This knife is absolutely fantastic. Now, it is not cheap. This is $99 right now on Blade HQ. You can get it cheaper, I'm sure, at some places. They also have, you know, what is this one? This one is, what's the blade still on this? Oh, they've got this in L Max. They've got it in carbon fiber, and this is in 154. So you can get some different versions of this knife. And I'm going to tell you, I actually want that one right there. That's really sweet. That's an excellent knife. Now, I'm going to get to the last 2 knives. And let me tell you right now, be ready, because these are amazing. It's the same knife in 2 different versions. Now, I had this first one for a while. And I thought it was the greatest EDC knife in the world. I was so happy with it. And I was convinced that it was the best one in the world. Until I saw Metal Complex talk about the other version. And he went on about it, and I'd heard about it and stuff. And I didn't realize that there could be that much of a difference. Why does the lock make that much of a difference? Until you get it. And then you understand why. So let's talk about it. It is the Vostid Raccoon. Boom. Look at that knife. Now this is aluminum handles with the crossbar lock. Almost deep carry pocket clip, screws inset into the handle, and it is reversible. Aluminum handles. Now these have a very dry kind of like really, the sensation is a little weird. I can't really describe it. You have a finger twirl right there to give you a good grip, or you can choke up right there. Dual thumb studs. It does have jimping on top, not a lot, and it is micro jimping, so you barely feel it at all, to be honest. The jimping is the weak part on this knife. But the blade shape, look at that blade. That is what makes this knife so great. That blade shape is fantastic. Dual thumb studs, crossbar lock, excellent action. This knife is fantastic. Now this one, the aluminum handles is in Nitro V blade steel. This is an amazing, amazing knife. Now I'm going to be honest, this one actually costs more than that other one too. But the other one is even better than this. Just because of the feel in the hand and the blade is what made me think that this was the best overall EDC option under $100 on the market. I was just that tickled with this knife. And then I saw Metal Complex and other people talk about this one, the top liner lock. And I got it. And let me tell you, it's night and day. They're not even the same knife. They look the same, kinda. They're called the same thing, both raccoons, but they're not the same knife at all. Orange thumb studs, black micarta, deep carry pocket clip, screws inset, and it is reversible. Steel liners in there. It is a top liner lock, which is basically just a liner lock, but it's on top instead of on the bottom like you would push with your finger. And instead of pushing with your finger, you just push with the button, and it operates a liner lock on top instead of the bottom. Very simple, very simple. Let me tell you, even the action on these two is different. Now, looky here. Both of these are closed. You might not see that, but let me tell you. Oh, there's a difference. Way different. This is much more tight, stiff. I didn't realize when I was using it. I thought it was great. I didn't know to compare it to anything else. It's heavier. It's denser. There's more friction in the opening and closing. You can feel it now once you compare it with this one. You can feel it. You know it's there. It's still a great knife. I still love it and think it's fantastic, and I would be fine with this if I didn't have this other one. But this one right here blows it away. This top liner lock, it's a lighter knife. That part I don't really like. I like the weight of this one. So this is a little bit lighter, but everything else, it's smooth, it's fidgety, it's still got the great blade shape that you want, everything that you want. Still, the jimping is not the best, micro jimping, and there's very little of it. Still choke up on it the same exact way, but ultimately, the top liner lock Raccoon is the best EDC option under $100 on the market, in my opinion. And I think the majority of people out there that are knife enthusiasts would probably agree. Not everybody, there's exceptions to every rule, but a lot, maybe not even the majority. That might be the wrong thing to say, because there's so many people. We all have different opinions. Yes, 100 different people, you're going to get 100 different answers. But I bet if you ask 100, 50 of them is going to say the top liner lock, and that's a good ratio. 50 out of 100 is going to say the top liner lock raccoon is the best EDC option on the market, under $100. It's that daggone good. But that is my Vosteed knives. I'm absolutely tickled to death. I do want more. I definitely want a full-size Nightshade, 100%. I definitely want that Shilling Cutter that I just saw in LMX blade steel. Definitely want that. I love this. Oh, and I definitely want the sheep's foot mink as well. I just want everything. I want all the knives I can find. I'm really excited to go to Blade Show. I want to find out, like I'm going to go to Kaiser and Civivi, and I'm going to go to Vosteed and QSP, and I'm going to find out what they've got coming out, what new versions of these knives. I heard that they had some new knives that was coming out. Kaiser had some new ones that are coming out with some of their loved models, like the Bulldog, and some other ones are coming out with top liner locks. I would love to see those, but I want to also see what Vosteed has got coming out. I'm really excited to see what they've got coming out, and I want to try to get one or two of them and see what they're about and see how good they are. I definitely want another, if they got like a Mink XL there, something like that, I'm definitely going to pick it up if I can afford it. We'll have to wait and see. Because in the words of a wise man that said today in a phone call, he said, I can't afford to go to Blade Show. Not because I don't have the money, because I do. I can't afford to go to Blade Show because I will buy everything in Blade Show and I will bankrupt myself. And that's where I'm going to be. The difference is I can't afford to go to Blade Show just because I don't have the money, but I'm still going to Blade Show. And hopefully they will have a spot out front where you can donate plasma and stuff. And I'll just run out there, donate some plasma, eat a quick meal to try to replenish, go inside, spend it, buy a knife, run back out, donate more plasma, go back out, and I'll just keep doing that cycle over and over for 3 days. I'll come back 50 pounds lighter and it'll look terrible, but I don't care because I have some new knives and it'll all be worth it. Sometimes you got to suffer for your passion, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with suffering. I'm just joking, of course. All right. Appreciate you guys. Remember, in the link below will be the link to my merch, and I just keep saying this, I'm sorry, it's only going to be open till May the 30th. So if you are interested in a hat, shirt, or hoodie, I would greatly appreciate anybody that wanted to get a shirt or a hat. You know, it'd just be cool to see people out there wearing the Unprofessional Dad gear, merch, you know. That would be awesome. The link for that will be in the description below. Also, don't forget about our Premium Members Knife of the Month giveaway. There's a lot of people in it this month, and it will be a great giveaway. The last day of the month, we will have a drawing, an actual drawing out of a hat. I will draw out of a hat. If you're Tier 1, you get your name in the drawing 1 time. If you're Tier 2, you get your name in the drawing 3 times. If you're Tier 3, you get your name in the drawing 5 times. Your name will be in that drawing 5 times, and I'll shake it up and I'll draw one out, and that winner gets the knife of the month, and it will always be at least $100 in value. So far, they've been like $160 to $170 in value, rough around there. I think the Engage might have been a little bit less than that, but we've given away some cool knives, and this month we're going to give away a cool knife as well. I don't keep any of the money from the premium members. It all goes back into the knives for the premium members. So if you want to join. You've got till the last day of the month. I can't wait to do that, and we'll have another drawing. But regardless, guys, I appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one. And if there's any brands you guys want to see, let me know in the comment section, and I will try to accommodate. But I'm Chris, the Unprofessional Dad. I wish all of you sharp knives and happy lives, and I will see you in the next one.